Bad news, folks, for Antoine Dupont. That injury, which took him out of the Irish-French game at the weekend, has been confirmed as an ACL injury. He confirmed on Instagram, saying that he's going to be out for, well, he said months, I believe, in the post, but realistically, ACL injuries, usually best case scenario, I believe, are around 6 months, can go well into 12 months or more. So very bad news for Antoine Dupont, and caused a lot of anger, both online and with the French players and coaches. Obviously, at the time, Greg Aldrit, taken over as captain, questioned with Angus Gardner the actions of the Irish players at the time. Angus Gardner basically said that he saw it as a rugby incident. And then post-match, Fabien Galthie also singled out 3 of the Irish players, Tyke Byrne, Andrew Porter, and then for a separate incident, Kelvin Nash, with that kind of head-on-head contact, and basically saying he wanted their kind of actions reviewed. Well, that has happened, but there have been no citings for either Byrne, Porter, or even Kelvin Nash. So I guess that means that the powers that be have determined this one to be a rugby incident, and I'll be honest, that's how I saw it when I first watched this game yesterday. I've seen a few angles subsequently, and it's one of those ones where you're looking at it from one angle, it looks pretty bad. You look at it from a different angle, and it just looks like rugby. My initial take on it was that, Byrne is there, and then he gets, as he goes in for a clean out, he gets a bit of a shove from Porter, puts him in a kind of awkward position, and he lands on the leg. That was what it looked like to me, but I don't have a horse in the race. I don't really have a part in it, so I don't really feel the kind of outrage that might have happened if it was my own team. Thinking about some kind of other similar incidents, I know South Africans were pretty incensed a couple of times. Once in the World Cup final, when Shannon Frizzell kind of landed on the leg of Bongi Mbonambi. He ended up getting yellow carded for that one. As a Kiwi, I didn't think he did it deliberately, but again, I have a horse in that race, so I am going to be biased. I thought he was going in for a pretty bad clean out as it was, and ended up just kind of losing his balance and landing on the leg. Others saw it differently. And then also there was another incident with a South African, Malcolm Marx, again against Ireland. There was kind of a bit of a crock roll in that game where it was kind of 2 players involved, right? It was Doris and Ryan. And then they ended up with body weight on Malcolm Marx's leg. So again, I didn't think that one looked deliberate. I just kind of thought it looked clumsy. However, when it happened to a guy on my team, when it happened to Quinn Tupaia playing for the All Blacks, he got his leg taken out by Darcy Swain, which in my mind is the worst of the bunch. But again, I'm totally biased because that's a Kiwi getting his leg caved in. And that was also an ACL injury, which kept him out for over a year. I thought Darcy Swain was an absolute piece of shit and called him that after the kind of match review in that game. So, if you're French, I would assume you consider this to be deliberate actions taking out your captain and your best player. If you're Irish, you probably saw it as a rugby incident. If you're South African, you might have a bone to pick with the Irish based on the Malcolm Marx one before. But I don't know. You guys will have to let me know your thoughts. As I said, when I first saw it, I thought it was just basically one of those unfortunate ones that happens in rugby. And it's a pretty rotten result for Antoine Dupont, because that is going to mean a very long injury layoff for him, and especially ahead of the kind of key final week where the French have got the Scots for a potential winning of the Six Nations. But yeah, no sightings confirmed, unless they go back on it. Remember Owen Farrell at that time, when he didn't get any punishment, they ended up kind of re-looking at it and going for a belated bit of punishment on him for a separate incident prior to the World Cup. But hey, at the moment, there's no sightings, and Antoine Dupont is going to be out for a wee while. But you guys let us know your thoughts. How does this one compare to other incidents for you? Is it a rugby incident, or is it deliberately targeting the lower limb? Wish him all the best in his recovery. Hopefully it's not as bad as all that, but like I said, it tends to be 6 months plus, sometimes 12 months. But Yes, you guys let us know your thoughts. Take care, and talk to you guys again soon. See you later.